right, so it seems to be working now. Sound here. Time to prepare stuff. 1 second, I'll get the chair on the other side of me as well. Right here. Hi, Franco. Hi, Nayan. Hi, guys. Greetings to new and old folks. Brush. Okay, so we're having an interesting progress here. Gradually. The reference. Just notice one little detail here actually. Is there anything this girl cannot do? A lot of things. When it comes to art, yeah, I'm not bad at it. Wipes, and dry wipes, I have both. Both. Mixing up the neutral gray here. some important highlights there. They're still on the forehead, and I want to miss it. There's always a process of going back to certain details and just try to enhance them. I don't know everything, that's for sure. I just know some things. I like to learn things. Also like to figure out things. It was amazing. Thank you. So intricate. Yeah, it definitely is. Hello. Okay, finally. Well, I'm gonna leave this part for now. Edit some other touches, but it's quite a process here. I'm gonna go to the face now. I'm sorry, to the ear, like this part. Might be probably good. in, and I'll try to respond to the questions. Okay, the ear shape is also getting quite good. Okay, and so what we're gonna do now we're gonna start adding up touches on the hair. So let's work on the hair part right now. Amazing, beautiful artist. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, the hair part and the beard part is now the key, most interesting part to work. And now we're gonna try to figure out something here. Yes, I did some strokes. So now the strokes that are already applied, just to for the direction behind the shadows, and we're gonna smooth it out a little bit so I'm gonna be able to apply a little effect in the end. So still using the same type of strokes, but then now I'm smoothing it out more, so it creates a good like not a very strict dry strokes, but something like this. Of course, creating a good transition. Also gonna help to fill up more gaps. We have a big shadow around the mouth, so we need to define it quite well. The lip is quite dark as well. Okay. Here we have like a neutral shadow, still darker, but not too dark. And there's like an aggressive contrast here from this point. It's gonna be like quite an aggressive, lighter. Also to create the tone, so it doesn't have to be white. Now we're gonna just make it solid background, and then I'm gonna use another brush to actually apply the hair effect upon the wet layer. So now it's all about make a solid background here. Place it a little bit darker, mixing in like this. It's like the hairs. Always make it darker if we need to. No need to rush with it. Applying the new layer, but also creating that smoother transition. I still try to maintain it as the hair texture. This whole part's going to be quite light, so but it's not white. There's still a mix of the darker hair strokes in the background. So when I can start applying lighter lighter effects, just I need to make sure that the background is dark enough to maintain that effect. So here again, gonna be the darker shadow. So we want to create the exactly similar effect. Like lighter layers. Making sure that we properly covering the canvas. Don't hesitate to pull apart the darker strokes, but blend them in. So it's like creates a shadow, nice transiting shadow effect. Here, here we're gonna have exclusively lighter, so let's try a lighter background. sort of face, mustache. That's gonna be fully highlighted, but he wants to cover all the inaccuracies. Still using the same similar blending technique. And right here. See, use the darker. And once again, to this part. Get quite dark. Gonna get lighter on the sink, but right now we need to apply the right tone. Shadow bottom here, blending it nice and smooth. Applying new layers, blending this new covering layer too. Now you see it's getting like there's barely any gaps left in this part now, so it's gonna be very interesting. I'm using black, but it should not be black, so I'm just using it to blend in. Gentle strokes, especially when the shadow transits, when I try to stretch the shadow up, the strokes are getting more gentle. Continuing my whole beard. Apply the lighter parts too. It's still gonna blend in like this. So right now this layer is not gonna have what prominently white areas. It's just gonna determine the background. And definitely have a mix of dark and clears, even though this is a lighter one. That's why you can use layer technique when you do oil paints. It's quite effective. It's quite comfortable if you don't like how the texture of previous layer worked out. You can always blend it in and just change it. So now I'm approaching it differently than originally I thought I would before applying the significant touches. Dark. important to identify the right shadows. Gentle strokes, mixing out like this. They'll have clearly black at this point on the beard. Gonna gradually adapt the depth, but at this point, working carefully. Here's a little bit lighter. Again, keep the hair effect blending in properly. Where we have lighter spots, we keep lighter. Where we have darker spots, we keep darker. No clear black, like a very dark areas yet, because this is gonna be a foundational, like a base layer for the next thing I'll do, and you'll see what I'll do in a bit. Okay. So here we'll have lighters here. Just gonna keep mixing it up. Of course, it's not clearly white, so we're gonna take it down in some parts. Away. Here we need to draw the approximate border because it's quite important, the upper layer that comes on it. It's going to be the one that creates that very chaotic hair effect. shadows in the right spots pretty much straight away. So it's ready for the blending. Straight away, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply the shadow area because again, we start blending in, but then I prefer to be able to make sure that this part is ready. So this one, the shadow.
Show the reference for a
Then
second.
whatever is left of the reference. It's okay. In the worst case, you can always print out.
Hold it straight. So that's Paul Reed.
Yeah, that is fully autistic intelligence, of course. Always. In. Wash.
How long has you been painting this one? At least 12 hours now, I think.
No, yeah, 12, 15. Because I apply layer by layer, right? So it's like this layer now I changed completely. Now I'm gonna try to do something with it. Okay, this, I'll just leave this part because I just need this shadow part to be applied properly. Okay, let me see. Very interesting. Okay. I'm pretty much done with this one. Okay, now I've pretty much smoothed out all the layers here. And I'm gonna do something very interesting with another brush, and that's you're gonna be able to see how it's possible to just use completely different, a specific brush to create a certain type of texture. Let me look at it from the background. Okay, it's not that. Some areas still have to be darker, but let's try to do it with another brush.
Are you self-taught artist?
No, I'm not. However, a lot of things I do, it's kind of yeah, I figured out a lot of those things myself. But how to build up the portrait, that kind of stuff, I've been taught at the art school. Kind of choosing the stroke which I want to use. First, I'm applying the blacks, like darker strokes. This brush is not perfect for, I mean, it's kind of ruined it a little bit, but if I do it correctly, you see, literally carves the hair strokes. So if I do it accurately and correctly, that actually going to be might be a good effect. With the same brush, I actually going to apply the blacks as well. Here, for example. This bottom part is quite important because here it literally blends in with the neck shadow. So I'm exactly going to use this brush to blend those gaps like this. See, I'm not applying new paint. I just can keep stroking it like this to just create that effect that I want. Shorter ones, almost like a scratching on the surface. I Ideally, you would use the completely new brush for it, but that's what I have right now. It darkens it up a little bit, but it's completely normal, and that's what I want because the top layer will be whites, right? So while we still have time to apply those blacks, let's just do that. More gentle strokes. You try to blend in, especially in lighter areas. More gentle. Do different directions. Depends on the beard shape and beard type. Paul has very like a curly hair, and so here we try to just go like a shorter strokes, just blend it in. So it's more of for the texture right now rather than the actual shape. More right on the bottom here. Gently. It is like this. Alrighty. Gentle on the lighter spots. And up the gaps. This. A little bit.
It really feels like that beard you can almost go up.
What?
The beard pops off the picture.
Well, it starts popping up, yeah. Because now we're using like a little life hug too. Now we're gonna do a little bit like dots like this because they are actual like even the lighter spots you can see there are like thousands of blends. So we just want to blend in it straight away. That's why it's better to make it darker. Don't hesitate it. Improvise off the reference a little bit to make that exact effect we want. Clean it up a little bit. Now, this side of this same brush, gentle blending in like this. make it a little bit lighter. You see, you do the same. Actually, that's kind of gonna be the time. I was just about to say it's time to start applying the grayish neutral mix between the dark and the gray. Painting more of the neutral gray. That also helps us to blend in those blacks even more. So essentially, yeah, that technique worked better with this style of painting.
How much do you charge for your painting?
Well, it depends on the painting. So if you want to talk about the commission, we can have a conversation on my email, right?
But this one is specifically being given to.
Yeah, this is for Paul Reed himself.
So, I mean, the price level of something like this, that's a pretty big canvas. So that would be $5,000 and up, I think. The amount of hours that goes into it and everything. The smaller one on the sides would be 3,000 and up. I think prints of something like this will go for around $250, something like that.
Okay, let me just step aside and look at it. Okay, now it's really goes. So you see, this is just a background, but you see those whites? This is the most important part for this painting.
Mm-hmm.
So the white part, I'm gonna use the brush, this brush too, but I might use the tiny brush as well for a certain hair strokes to kind of.
Are you gonna steal that technique we saw online where you take some of your real hair and put it on the?
This one. No, I don't need the full. Not for this one though. Usually, more for the female or long hair works quite well now.
Someone says needs more shading. Yeah, this is a very, very, very much needs a lot more work.
Well, now I'm thinking to just now I kind of go a little bit on shortcut, and I because this effect worked to me, I'm gonna do the same just straight away with this brush, applying the neutral.
How many decades will it take you to complete the painting? Yeah, it's kind of funny, but like
Well, some
I think
painters would take longer time. I think the painting materials and the execution was also more difficult before. Like if you're talking about Renaissance, like some of the paintings Da Vinci was making took years.
and this is only 13 to 15 hours into this, I think. 12 to 15, somewhere around there.
Because when it's a longer hair, unlike the beard, it's just a slightly longer strokes. I'm trying to
How many days have you been painting your art? Well, she's taken, we just talked about it, between 12 and 15 hours so far on this specific painting. But it just takes the time it takes, really. I'm gonna give you a little bit more of a close up so you see. That's the reference, that's what she's painting from.
Now you see I'm gradually blending in all the gaps and stuff.
Buongiorno.
And scratching off the hair texture too. Still just the base, but shadows behind the ear and over the ear, which is kind of natural. I want to make it too black because Paul Reed is ginger, so we want to make sure that it doesn't get too dark. Just that the dark places is just the shadow places. You see a little bit of highlights, and all of a sudden it's just heading. Okay. Don't have that dark. Just try to blend it in.
Yeah, if you say rude things, you're just gonna get deleted. So there's no point.
Yep.
Someone saying Jake Paul. No, it's definitely not Jake Paul. It's an MMA fighter called Paul Reed. Check him out. He entered the
Instagram.
game later in life and did his last professional fight when he was 50 years old. He won his last fight too, which is cool.
Okay, let's try the beard.
Now you're giving him highlights.
Yeah, I'm using this little tree to see how that will actually looks.
Has anyone mentioned Becky Lynch today?
I don't think so. I have to say it.
That was one of the comments. Is like, has anyone mentioned mentioned you look like Becky Lynch in a little bit? Not today,
Yeah.
but I mean it comes up anyway. Well, that looks cool. That looks so cool to see the bear just popping out like that.
Well, that's a technique that is like we applied the layer, and all we have to do now is take white and obviously gradually and slowly. Don't rush with it. You can rush if it's depending on the painting. This technique can work generally for everything. But because I want it to be more realistic, it has to be smaller strokes, very gradually. This is for part of making those solutions that I was talking about, guys. Sometimes even I'm like, okay, what do I do here? And now I'm providing the solution.
Are you using a fan brush? Fan brush for
Yes,
shading.
yes. I right now for the hair texture, I used fan brush. That's for sure.
Susip, are you done with his body, or still it needs to add muscle
No,
definition?
body definitely is not done. The
She hasn't even started on the body really. She just
yeah.
did the rough draft of what it's going to be. Like pretty much all the work now has been on the face lately.
Yeah, from the beginning. Blending in some of the parts. So some parts I don't want to be too screaming. Some parts it's gonna be more. I like the how it's contrast because it's a hair. There is a hair that pops up. There's hair which is more tamed down. It's completely natural for it. So that's why we're all the way to the. There's supposed to be the shadow.
We're definitely going to make this into a short when it went from in like less than a minute now that bear just popped out. Such a cool effect. Good job. Good girl. I'll give you a treat later.
Of course, you better. Look like he has this effects all the way here. So gradually keep applying wider highlights. Shadow is more low key. came down in some parts. Okay, just step aside. Oh, it's actually an interesting effect. Well, that's okay. Another interesting thing. We need to some parts. We need to tune it down.
Very gradually, the paintings will be available on redheaddiaries.net. Right now, it's just a sign up sheet for just put your email and you'll be notified as soon as the website is up and running. We're building a merch store and gonna do prints of the artwork and sell the originals and that kind of stuff. This one is going directly to Paul Reed himself, but the other one, First Blood and coming paintings, will also be available. You watch UFC, Diana? Do you watch UFC?
I watch UFC. Yes.
Just a question on the thing here. Yeah, that's right, Suzep. She does analyze UFC and stuff. I was trying to get her to talk a little bit now, but
Sorry, I'm too
she's
focused.
so many focuses, so many focuses. Yeah, like you were reporting earlier today, was Ian Gary in
Yeah, Ian Gary. So
Georgia.
he's in Georgia now, training for. Listen, whatever people say, I think that was smarter move. Let's be honest. There is everyone against Makhachev who's been raised and born and raised on the mat. However, if you are an adult UFC fighter and you want to enhance your game, instead of doing only BJJ in that case, the best move was to go to the neighboring Caucasus country, who's I also mentioned the coach Giuli uh, Cisauri. He's the one who helped GSP to level up his game. He's like very respected. At his prime, was one of the best freestyle wrestlers, and he is also known for adapting wrestling to the MMA game, like double leg takedowns, and also obviously defending against equally pressing wrestling that Dagestanis are known for. So imagine those guys, Georgians and the Russian Dagestanis are very often fighting each other in the freestyle wrestling, wrestling each other in the freestyle wrestling in the finals of the different tournaments. Like this is very common that Georgians. So this is like two elite levels. I think that is smartest thing young Gary could do. How high level it's gonna be in the shorter period of time, that really depends on his the coaching. The coach is great. The yes, the Mr. Giddy is a great coach. He's gonna have a great sparring partners. They're specifically probably gonna select left-handed ones for him to. But it's role perceiving, and that's gonna help him in his game. If he manages to pretty much defend himself against Islam and strike a lot, that would be already a great execution. The problem with Ian Gary, he's like in 190 or something. He's very tall for the welterweight, and for Makhachev, it's just a perfect catch. One of the reasons who was the one that he struggled the most actually was Alex Volkanovski. Why? One of the reasons, apart from his wrestling, at first fight, I mean, not the one he got knocked out, but the one that was quite close and some people even think controversial. Well, Volk is small, and when you're shorter, that's another reason why it might be actually for Ilya, it might not be necessarily a disadvantage. So for young Gary, the single leg and double leg takedown attempts, that's going to be a huge thing. And you know how Mahajan goes for legs and he walks the legs, just stops you from moving. So there's going to be few tasks. I hope I mean, they're professionals, so they're probably going to point out those risks and uh, they're trying to build the game around that in the short, in the limited time they have. Yeah, basically that's it. I ranted, but what? What you're laughing at me? I know I rant sometimes, but someone asked about it, right?
Do you ever arm wrestle? No, I don't. I don't
No
think.
waste of time. For me as a boxer, if I damage my elbows, for example, like what's the point? I think I'm gonna leave it at this point like this. I did quite a lot, quite a bit. Yeah, you were saying this chair is gonna fall down. Yeah, I didn't really do like a very accurate work on the hair here. Applied some highlights. It doesn't look bad, but this one needs to a longer, more work. But now I feel like pausing. At least I have strokes here. All right, so let's leave it at this point. So, what do you think, guys? Do you like the effect?
I think after just within a very short amount of time now, the beard really started to pop.
Yeah, thank you. Little hi. Okay, I guess time for Q&A. Can do that. Where's my apple pie?
There's no apple pie.
No apple pie for me.
There's no apple pie for you.
Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, here we go. I'm from Georgia. People cannot do basic eyes, let alone the full body portrait. Well, it's a whole matter of practice. Well, I like how it looks on video, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already like the effect of the from the distance. It already looks like him. It already looks like white. There's still details left. Now I did like a basic beard texture, but I might actually go over it with the tiny brush just to add certain some of the like prominent hair strokes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's getting there. Someone's asking about my hair. If it's real hair, no, it's not. Hello, apple pie. Hello. Can you move the camera a little bit so I'm also visible? Possible now so that I'm done with the work for today. I'm just gonna respond to the questions. You're beautiful. Thank you. Oi, oi from England. Oi to you as well. From Vietnam and Tran. Awkward joint. So good for you. Okay, guys, feel free to ask questions. I'm done for today. A little bit work on the hair. Ear is done, and well, the beard part looks quite interesting. Yeah. No, I'm Georgian, but not American Georgian. I'm from Georgia, Tbilisi. Love the hair. Thank you. Sun's coming up. What time is it? Oh, it's 2. How long have I been streaming? Like an hour and a half?
An hour and 36 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on.
Yeah,
Would you
this
find
one I'll be a little bit faster. Looking on the rest. Yeah, the body definitely is working. Some parts missing, that's for sure, but the head is coming along. Very good picture. Thank you. Take care all. Take care Jonathan as well. Like when woman good at painting looks like my wife. Mm. The cameraman always leaves. Well, the cameraman crashed the building and survived. So yeah, he actually he's qualified to be a cameraman. That is a jaw dropping, incredible. Wow, thank you. Appreciate it. What's it's a process, building up and gradually and little touches. That's why those are my favorite parts about the painting. When you have layers, and then you just figure out how to do like hair texture with the brush. Sometimes it's all about the brush and right strokes, right highlights, and all of a sudden it's becoming alive. Notice some things here and there. Yeah, but I can work on it a little bit later too. Let's leave it like this for now. Multi-talented, thank you. Randy Couture. Not many people know that he was. No, we know. We both know Randy Couture.
Yeah, I think anyone who's.
Yeah, it's an MMA world, or MMA fans. They know him.
But yeah, it would be interesting at some point.
We're going to karaoke Saturday. Next Saturday. No, this Saturday. Yeah, I gotta take a little bit of break. I'm trying not to, um, pressure my voice too much. Because on karaoke, sometimes the microphones are not set properly, all that kind of stuff, and it just can be quite heavy on the voice. You wanna go for a walk after? Ilya or Islam? Can go either way, even in a welterweight. However, in the welterweight, of course, Islam has an advantage in my opinion, but uh, it really can go either way. I'm hungry.
Who's your MMA goat?
All times. Well, my favorite are these GSP and Dimitri Johnson. Jones is obviously GOAT, though he's not the cleanest one. Out of the current ones, I would take. I mean, except Mirab and so forth, like Georgians, I don't really even count in that. I'm kind of picking everyone else. To me, Wolk is fairly a featherweight GOAT now, surpassing Jose Aldo, in my opinion, at this point already. And yeah, Pereira, get to work. Well, I'm done for today. You really like how it looks?
It looks great. No, but it was. We need to make a short out of that. Like just within like a minute when you did the top layer of the beard, it just
Well, the good that we live stream because there are a lot of cuts that can
yeah.
be done from there.
In heavyweight,
Well, I can think. I think the heavyweight before was tougher.
lately it's been really weird. It's eye poking and nonsense with John holding the belt but refusing to fight, and then yeah, Cyril Gahn versus Aspinall with the eye poking stuff, and it's like it's just a complete.
But also, almost like competition is not that good.
Yeah, no, but this is also if you're you don't obviously you don't remember. I don't remember either specifically, but like right before Mike Tyson entered the heavyweight division, everyone mentioned, "Oh, heavyweights is finished. There's no good fighters," and like it was diminishing. And then when you have one really young driving force for your for your division. But right now it seems to be a lull. There's no real heavyweights that I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I mean there might be one or it's like single, but again, Stipe is all more from the older school, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, heavyweight is a little bit off the radars right now.
How much is left in the painting to done? What percentage would you say are you done with?
Maybe 50% because literally this part is pretty much. I think it's closer to get done, but the body is not even haven't even worked on it yet. The background is simple, obviously. Just put another layer once I'm done with everything. Another layer of the black
Hmm.
to solidify it. Let's take it to 50%.
Personally, Pereira. John Jones or Pereira?
John Jones has the like just arsenal. Like the guy was. I mean, talk whatever you want about him. Obviously, as I said, he's not the cleanest. There, like he has a history, but like the what was the last knockout with the Stipe? He just it's like age, but John Jones is also neither young himself, so he been someone approximately his age, and spinning back kick that I don't think he ever did that. No,
No,
he
he
used spinning big back kick, but right to the core the way he did it. I don't think that he ever knocked out anyone like
or
that.
he talked about how he practiced that specifically
Yeah.
because he found that like
So his
John Jones
ability
was
to
never known for um, knockout power. Like he really didn't have the knockout power. That's why he used a lot of elbows, and then he talked specifically about
Yeah.
the spinning back kick would be like something he needed to put in his arsenal because he didn't have the stopping power.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, the ability to just take it and just put it and execute it. It's like I would still pick Jones's skills. Like Jones and Demetrius Johnson, those two. Like if we just take skill wise, the fighting IQ, the diversity, execution. But Pereira is my one of my favorites. Just every time.
Noah
Boadan,
says
Chama.
Noah says John by eye poke. Yeah, there are quite a few things that like diminish his legacy, and especially now that he refused to fight
Such an
Tom
asshole.
Aspinall.
He literally said, like, okay, gone. Everyone else, there's Gagey has some eye pokes. They're like eye pokes here and there. But I think Jones was the only one who literally said that, eye poke is like not allowed, but I still do it. Like,
Well, what he said specifically is like, you're trying to knock me unconscious and give me CTE. So I don't feel bad about poking you in the eye when you're trying to give me brain damage.
e justification
Yes, I agree with the right brush for
for the
the.
right visual effects. Alejandro. Hi, Alejandro. Yeah, you're correct. So yeah, the fan or what they call the umbrella or fan brush. Yeah, that's the one that works quite well for those kind of strokes.
Yeah, we love Don Fry. He's good
Don
fun.
Fry. Yeah, Don Fry is a legend. Charles or Holloway. Well, this one to me also can go
But
either
Oliveira
way.
and Holloway are coming up in a fight now soon, right?
Yeah, like I think next week
Yeah.
or this Saturday or Sunday or something. Can go either way to me because obviously in the stands Holloway, in the ground Charles, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of where it goes. Usually grappling takes an advantage, but again, Max Holloway is not that easy to be. Even though he doesn't rely much on grappling and he's like a established striker, but he has probably one of the longest experiences in UFC. He's also I think he was the youngest debut, or at least one of the youngest debut for a long time, 20. So he literally grew up with us. So his experience in MMA is not something to be neglected. He all take down defenses. He knows how to manipulate things. But from the other hand, Charles is one of the trap Oliveira. So once he's on the back, you notice that a lot of fighters, most of the fighters, neither to Purina, like no one wanted to go with him on the ground and beat by like because that's his BJJ like that's just like a trap position. So yeah, it's interesting fight, that's for sure. The difference is the IPOCs are an illegal move. Well, of course, we agree. It's just what Jones said, and that's how he justified holding on the title for 3 years without fighting was also not the not very good. But how is like Jones, fucking Jones, he's the champ, the goat, does whatever he wants. Again, it's like agree to disagree. There was something about the very bad Jones, like the young at his prime. It was something like he was almost likable because being a bad guy. But from the other hand, that's not good for the sport, I think, generally.
What do you think about the White House event? I mean, the White House event is there's been so many back and forth. They don't have a lineup right for it. All that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, it has to also correspond with actual fights that are taking place, like so people are ready and conditioned and interesting. But it's all of this. This is an American event, and which American fighters besides John Jones could potentially be a title contender at that point?
Well, they might do actually opposite. They don't want Americans to be losing in knockdown, so they actually might diversify and make it like.
Mm.
That's why a lot of people say maybe Tapuria, Makhachev, White House. Actually, both said that they're kind of ready for it. Not ready, but they're looking forward to it if the UFC confirms. And Dana even said himself, so that might be a fight to make. So they might actually try to make those stardom fights that everyone's looking older, younger, but also make sure that Americans are not matched up with against someone who they would lose. Do we have
May I ask why Vietnam?
why Vietnam? Because it's beautiful, quiet, affordable country.
Give you. So this is the view. Here we have all the way to the sea, mountain areas, and we pay like 250 dollars for a studio here. Like $300-400 for $500 gets you a
Decent, good apartment.
decent good apartment. Yeah.
Ah, okay, so
Same clothes every day.
yeah, I don't wash clothes. I just wear things every day before it starts falling apart. I hope you got that as a joke.
Also, if you see her every day, then she's also very often good for painting.
Looks good on you, don't matter. Nice weather, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hungry. Do you feel like eating?
Mm-hmm.
So we can walk to that place where we can eat, right?
Gaming stream would also be good. You gotta try that to get more viewers. I mean, she already boxes and does karaoke nights and
Yeah, I
paints.
basically do some useful stuff. I'm joking. Nothing against gaming, but someone asking me, oh, what else? What is the thing I cannot do? Well, that's one thing, gaming. I'm never practiced, never got interest into it. I would love to watch my friends who would play like PlayStation and stuff like that. I would love to watch some of the games, but once I tried, I just so discoordinated. It's not even funny. Like Chris lately been playing Call of Duty just when we chill in the evenings, right on the phone, and he became quite good. So he's like eliminating the whole opposing team, and just like having the golden medal. And I tried. He downloaded on my phone. It's like okay, try and like I tried, and that's not for me. Like no, I'm not really a gaming person. Are you my husband?
I am husband, but you are wife. I love. Where did we get that from, actually?
I don't remember.
I think it was some clip with some somewhere in the Balkans where they were asking some guys, or the wife was, "Do you love me?" All right, all this kind of stuff. It's like, you are the wife. I love you. That was the best compliment you could give.
Lucky man. Oh, we both are lucky.
Skillful.
Fred is the best. Thank you, King. Someone says skillful.
I said skillful.
Ah, you were skillful. You said skillful, right?
Are you trying to get in the UFC? No, it's going for boxing, but
Oh, not as a fighter in UFC, that's for sure. But yeah, boxing is my thing.
we are trying to get her first professional boxing fight this year.
Yeah, well, not first, quite few, I guess, because
No,
it's
but your
just
first professional fight.
yeah, sure.
You have a amateur record and lots of sparring, but professional fights, no, not yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pro fight, just first and probably a few. Just try to stack it up. Southeast Asia is a good place for it. Even for boxing, it's usually more Muay Thai, MMA, and kickboxing, but uh, boxing is also common. If not here, then in Thailand, it's possible to find the matcha in the Thailand.
Aled says, good luck. Oh, thank you.
Thoughts on Kane? Thank you. Thoughts on Kane Velasquez gets freed. We shouldn't have been.
He shouldn't have been in jail to begin with, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He tried to shoot the that piece of shit that molested his child, but I think he shot by accident. He missed and shot his parent or father. But who cares if you are like if God forbid, but if I was in the situation that my child molested a kid, I would just like make sure that I mean, it's hard. I understand, but it's kind of like the whole family is a piece of shit for kind of I think they were like just he got freed and they were just like driving away like nothing happened. No, it does not. Things that don't happen like that. Every father and some mothers would do the same as Kate Velasquez did. Every good father and every good mother.
Someone is asking if we have any kids. It's like, no.
No, not yet. We will.
I came here for the music. The music will be back on Saturday.
Yeah, back on Saturday. The karaoke's are well Saturday for me and for United States. It's usually Friday morning, Saturday morning, and Sunday morning. I think.
No, if they're 12 hours behind and you do it on Saturday, then your Saturday nights is their Saturday mornings. Theirs
All right, Saturday morning.
is yeah, so it's Saturday morning, Sunday morning, Monday morning.
Yeah, you're
because
right.
it's 12 hours the difference exactly, and we
That's
started.
correct.
No, he is not Georgian. He is Norwegian.
12:14 a.m.
Yeah, then you're in a slightly different time zone than I can't remember exactly
it
which.
can be. It still can be U.S. or somewhere like the Islands
Yeah.
or Alaska because it's even between
But
U.S. and
I
U.S. it's
think you actually
extremely
have three time zones within the continental US.
exactly yeah. That's meaning to say yeah 14 a.m. That's definitely United States.
Let me use Google for brains.
Google for brains. Anyways, done with the painting. I mean, not fully, obviously, but just while they're sticking to the painting, sometimes it's important to make sure that they're dried out that way. Good.
Contiguous US has four standard time zones.
Ah, okay. Have you tried it HR when you're drawing? I don't know what that means.
Let's googly moogly that too.
Bye bye. Someone says, "Oh, what a man." What about the painting? I guess the guy that made aliens. Yeah, I don't know who's that.
HR Geiger.
I'm sometimes not very talkative when I get hungry. When I'm hungry, yeah, just all I think about is eating.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google HR Geiger right now. Oh yeah, no, that's cool.
Uh,
Then here you can look at the HR Geiger.
oh, okay. So someone says my first painting looks kind of like it's okay. Oh, okay, it's like an alien like psychedelic stuff. I'm still more naturalistic. I mean, when I say naturalistic, it's not as much psychedelic. When you have psychedelic features, it's like more distorted, or it's like so very fictional characters with a very fictional composition. Whether for me, it's more of the human. Um,
Ayahuasca. It's you spelled that slightly wrong, but yeah, I've done ayahuasca. It's actually
yeah,
very
Chris is
interesting.
familiar.
What do you think about Marab? Can he revenge his loss?
I do think
Definitely.
so. Yeah, definitely. He still got it. He's one of those fighters who can get back at the like despite the age. He's not that old, but he's already technically past his prime. But it doesn't work. Like there are certain fighters like it doesn't really work with necessarily. God bless you guys. God bless you too, Nate. Well, a legend in the making. Yep. Well, guys, I don't know. I'm very hungry, so I'm thinking to wrap it up.
Then we wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. Yeah, go get some food. Well, okay, guys. I appreciate you. Sorry, it's just like I really can't think clearly right now. It's like
Unless somebody gives a big donation and then she has to sit here for another hour. I'm joking. We don't usually beg for that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah,
always
we don't.
appreciated, but not necessary.
Yeah, it's just Chris likes to. He likes the slave jokes. I'm the slave. Anyways, guys, well, we're gonna just wrap it up and go have some breakfast. It's already 3:19 p.m. But we we do late breakfasts quite often, so yeah, we're just gonna
We just continue the fast for as long as we can, really, and then when we get lightheaded, we try to
yeah,
have some food.
sometimes not always. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. Have a good day, good night, depending where you're from, and I see you in the next one. Ciao.